Ready to go. I'll call the Bath Township Road Committee meeting to order at April 8th at 4:59. Call to order. Approval of the agenda. Do I hear anybody want to move on that?
And move we approve the agenda as written.
I'll second that. Okay. Al moved on it and Leo supported.
Yep.
Approval of the minutes for January 19th, 23, December 13th, and February. I'll have to dig those up. I apologize for them not being available, but we will not let that happen again. So I'll dig them up, and I'm not sure where they went, where they're at, but we'll get to the bottom of it, and then we'll have them available so we can get them to the township. Public statement number 3. No public. Approval of the minutes.
Yeah.
We don't have any?
We did, I thought we had one.
No. We
No?
don't have any.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No. So good?
No, we did the agenda we got voted on.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. Those in favor of the agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None? Thank you, Al. No minutes. Public statement number 3, no public. Review of the 2024 projects. I'll pass this around. I should have a copy me, but I just got them yesterday. But basically, you have the list of our 24 projects. They got them all taken care of. This was the gravel and the Hunter Road project after they put the culvert in and the overband crusher. So that'll be available. I'll give a copy to everyone for those. 2025 projects.
George?
Yes.
Was there any money left over after the 2024 projects were completed?
No. As far as I know, Karen can vouch for that.
No, we actually, in addition, used some ARPA money to take care of Ann Drive, Gary Lane. So, no, on top of that, it was, the federal funds that we received helped us get over $1 million so we could take care of another project.
Perfect.
Any more comments on 2024? Sorry to rush through this. 2025 projects. You have the list at front of you. Superintendent provided us a cover sheet here. It tells us the 2025 fiscal budget. Do you want to flow through that?
I can, yes. Thank you. So the 2025 fiscal year budget for Bath that was put into the DPW budget was $762,000. On top of that, the Act 51 cost share from the county is $115,251.46. Taking away from that would be the township cost for the Webster Road project that is going to begin here shortly up front of $499,564. I told George I do need to confirm with the county if we spent approximately $133,000 back in 2022, and if that comes off this cost that we have in front of us, that gives you an additional amount to use if that is indeed something we paid already. General maintenance that we do yearly, the only number that I have at this time is the chloride. I know George handed out a paper, and at the bottom of that is the overband brush spray and chloride. The board last night approved the chloride contract for $70,013.89, but that leaves brush spray, mowing, gravel shoulders, overband, I always want to say overband, crack fill, and gravel, which I don't have concrete numbers on. I used the 2024 numbers to give you an estimate. And then we included 6 miles at $27,000 per mile and a total of $162,000 for chip sealing by Clinton County Road Commission. I know you did some math, Chairman. So.
Yeah. So,
And those chip seal projects are the one listed in this document here, right?
yes.
Recommended projects.
Yes. So, I was wondering if I could get someone to make a motion that, first of all, I get some this work tonight?
I'm taking it.
Okay. Tom's taking this. Thank you, Tom. Back to the numbers here. So if you want to change, on this cover sheet, the brush spray is at $6,800, 68, 62. That's actually $8,500.
Okay,
So you want to change that to $8,500
thank you.
on your brush spray, and the overband, which is $24,852, is now $25,000.
Okay.
So them will be accurate numbers. So can I get someone to run a calculator, or shall I do it?
You're good at the numbers.
Oh, gravel mowing is 5,500 too, I got 4,950.
Gravel mowing is,
Yep, 5,500 at the bottom of that sheet we handed out.
oh, 5,000.
Yep, 5,500, sorry.
That's $5,500.
Am I missing something? That mine says 5,000.
I thought you said 5,500.
Yeah, here on the
Gravel road mowing.
gravel road mowing says,
500.
5,500.
Gravel.
Right here, this one says
I'm so
5,000.
sorry.
You got it, man. Before you take that.
I'm looking at the wrong notes.
Oh,
That project from last year got completed. I apologize. So actually, the brush spray is 9,000, not
Oh, yes, thank you.
Yep, brush spray 9,000.
that. Somebody caught that. Thank you.
And overband,
The overband is now 25,000.
Yep.
Yep.
And the brush spray is 9. Good gravel. 55.
So the difference is, to me, calculated 2,835.24.
Okay, so what we want to do is total all those up except for the chloride. Well, we can put the chloride in and then take it back on. Give me 2 seconds. Unless you're going to do that, Carl. Are you doing it?
Overall, without chloride, is 39,500.
Yeah, so. So if we take the 700,000 number at the top, 762, minus the 499, 564. That leaves us with 262,436. Then we need to take off the,
George, you need to add in the Act 51 cost share to the
no,
budget?
we'll add all the positives up at the end.
Okay.
And then we take away the chip sealing at the bottom, which is 162,000. That gives you with $100,436. So them are all our negatives. Then if you take away the 39,500, you follow me? If you have
Yes, I
60,
follow.
if you have 60,936.
Number before that was 100,000.
100,436 minus 39500.
60,936.
75,000 here on the project list, George.
That is the chloride, which we paid 70,000 on so far.
We haven't paid that. That was just approved by the board, the contract was
So
approved by
but
the
that
board.
money will come out. That money comes out. So,
yeah.
It was 70,000.
so
right?
75,000.
It was
Well,
5,000?
No,
And then approved the amount here on that.
$70,013.89.
So we didn't get approved for 75, but it's
70.
I
The
hear
contract was
470,
for 70.
so I have 75 on my
Right.
sheet here.
So we were-
Yeah, I see that. And I'm
This one's got approved,
Okay,
4-7, yesterday.
great. Okay.
So what's our gravel?
So that's
What's our gravel expenditure then?
5500, $5,500.
No, that's
That's the mowing,
gravel road mowing.
Oh, sorry.
overland.
I don't have a number.
There's no gravel on this one.
Yeah, we did gravel last year, so probably.
There's no gravel this year?
You don't show anything on this paper here.
Nope.
Yep, okay. Fine.
I'll check them to make sure.
So will the chloride come out
The
of our?
chloride's got to be minused out of there too.
Mhm.
So we're at negative on.
Yes. So what is our chloride?
We're at negative 9,077.89. $9,077.89.
So you took you added in the brush spray and all that?
That's brush spray, mowing,
Brush spray.
overland.
Okay. Let me do some math real quick. So when you add the general maintenance together with the new numbers, did you get 109,513?
109,513.89.
89, yep. And then you took that from the 100,436?
Correct. Well, I did it broken down separately, but yes. You know what pushed the brush spray costs up so high?
I do not. I know they're only doing it every other year. Now. Or prefer to. We do it every other year. So the positives are the $115,251 from the cost share. And the possible $133,000 if it was paid in 22.
What does that represent, George?
That was money paid towards the Webster Road project.
Oh, okay.
That does not come out of this budget. That would be in the budget. So if you
That
had,
should come off the township cost then? The Webster Road project?
if you added, it would be a positive to the,
Yeah, so we'll reduce that 499,
no,
left
increase.
33,
Yes,
because it's already been paid.
correct. So we have 115, plus the 133. Is your 248,251 minus the 9,000. I wrote 90,000, but I did. It's just 9,077
77.
So Carl, did you come up with a number?
With those two additions and our negative 9,000,
239, 174, $239,174.
I'm adding 115, 251 to 133.
No, you're adding, what do you?
115, 251, 133.
Plus 133,000 for the 2022 return, minus our 9,707, I'm getting 236, 173.
How much is it?
236, 173 and 57 cents.
Yeah, that down, how you did that?
That was that, is 245, 251, 46, minus 9,789.
Okay. I got 248, got 245. I must have pushed the wrong button. Let me double check.
You got what?
I need to double check my math.
Okay, go ahead.
133. Is that right?
A little bit.
I like it.
Yeah. So all accounting should work right.
I got 248, 115, 133.
Look over your shoulder.
That's 8 right now, 5. 1, 5, 2, 8, 4, 2.
115 over 8, pulling your 133 and 115.
215 comes to here, it says.
248, 251.
You got 245.
Yeah, I got 248.
Yeah, I must be wrong now.
My
My apologies.
No, I just, that's good.
I can do it by calculator.
That's what I decided.
You have any room for that?
I don't remember. I do for,
Oh, did you?
yeah. They retired in 24.
You don't know that.
I'm just kidding. You were born then. In reality,
239, 173. Correct.
I got 174, but, sorry.
Well, 173, 57.
So like it's a fight.
All right. Yeah, I rounded. Okay. Very good.
Close enough. 239,
So we got that much to spend.
239,173.
As was in our budget. 239, 174. Rounded.
Yes.
Okay.
Super. Thank you all for your patience with that. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
So now,
Are we looking up here then?
now if you look at your project sheet, and you can look at it, I don't know if you guys all had time to go look at that, or if you're familiar with that road on Nelson subdivision.
I drove it today, George.
Oh, did you? Very good. It's pretty cracked up.
I looked at the village too.
Yeah. No,
You know, it's been tarred. The cracks have been tarred. The surface wasn't broken up or anything.
oh, and where at? The village?
In the Nelson subdivision?
Overhand? Yeah.
Yeah. There weren't any significant holes in it.
No, we wasn't, just the alligator grow band.
Yeah.
Was that?
Just the alligator grow band.
Yeah. Alligator, yeah, it's got the tar and some other cracks in it probably haven't been tarred.
And we're talking about the same subdivision, the one there on
Yeah.
Slate Road.
Yep.
Because we drove through there and it looked really bad.
You thought it looked really bad? I didn't think it looked that bad.
Especially on the west end.
It didn't look as bad as State Road at,
Quit picking on the county.
that's Clayton County, oh no. Where are they? sure it's time for it, because how long ago was it that we had that
Done?
subdivision done? Yeah.
Not that I can remember.
I remember it being done, but it was quite a while ago, but maybe in the mid-teens or something.
I looked back, far back to 14, I didn't see it.
You didn't see it?
But I was just breezing through, I was not detailing it.
Okay, well,
We talked, George, we took a ride to the county, and we looked at the road going into the golf course in general. And he suggested that if we were going, that should be done now, it's going to be done, or it's going to have to be milled. But he said you could put a double coat of stone on it with the tar seal,
Double chip seal.
double chip seal, and it would hold it for a lot of years.
you're talking about Hawk Hollow West, right?
Yes. So, and that I see isn't on here, but I think we should consider that because that's a very busy road.
It is.
Does someone want to try to look in your packet to see what the length of that road, what's the name of that road, do you recall?
Hawk Hollow West.
Carl West?
Yeah, it's about,
You could probably find it pretty quick in here, couldn't you? 'Cause you,
oh, yeah.
when you try to find it, you will see how far it is, how
Sure.
far length it is.
Oh, okay. This.
Yeah, so if we find the length, we can just double whatever that, yeah. Because it's not on our, it's
Well,
not on our list.
it shouldn't be doubled, it should be,
You're doing a double coat.
yeah, but you're only putting one fog coat on the top. Frog-
Right, so it'll be close to double. We can get an estimate by just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
If
understand.
we knew how long it was,
That's what's scared me, George, I understand what you're saying.
I know that's kind of scary to me. I mean, not looking at the streets. All right. Well, I was thinking about the village and the subdivision. It's more likely if you think about, it's harder to get these, y'all know, from doing the Cynthia, well, most of you know, from doing the Cynthia Lane, how that project jumped from 75,000 to 150,000 or whatever it was by the time because we kept putting it off. But if we do the Nelson subdivision at 130, we're more likely to get the city or the village done the next year than we would if we're trying to get money for a subdivision. Because we tend to neglect some of our subdivisions.
So you want
I mean, we don't, but we, they tend to get put back for higher traffic areas.
You want Hawk Hollow west from Chandler to Classic Drive or further in?
No, just, because that class drive was, no, that was
That
to
was
the church.
Is it to the church, to the clubhouse?
Yeah,
I don't have that map here, it's this one.
Okay. So what do you have, Carl, from what to what?
Chandler Road to the chapel,
Okay.
Yeah, intersection.
that is 0.6 miles.
So 5 miles is 15,000. So if you do a double, you're probably close to 30.
And that was a double chip seal?
Double chip seal,
Okay.
0.5 miles is 15,000. Times 2, 30,000. So at least we have that number-ish. We usually try to hold tiny bit back in case we got to do a culvert or gravel or something. The county did have one culvert washout this year. A tree went through and grabbed the bottom of it and ended up washing the whole road out. It's still down.
that one's Granger?
Yes,
Granger Road?
yes.
Yeah.
That's a big culvert too.
Yeah, it was. So it's,
Yeah, still is.
half old dirt now.
Still is.
That happened up West Valley too, that big storm. Washed out, to run over a culvert.
Not good.
So what was that amount again, George?
It was 30,000 for a double chip seal for that half mile. It's still a little over half, so that's just So we have 239, 173. And so we've already had the chip sealing projects was the 162 we took off right at the beginning. Are them pretty accurate numbers, do you think? Superintendent Hildebrand?
Which one?
The chip sealing projects
27,000.
That was given to me by, either Mark or Tim, so,
by the county?
yes.
Okay. And we took that out already.
Yep.
So that's out. So the 239, 173, we could work with the asphalt, the double chip seal, or whatever else you got.
Well, they're gonna be in here chip sealing this end of the county this year.
Yeah, if we're gonna do the chip seal and try to save that, we should probably try to do that, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
we've spent a lot of money on that, part of the township. With that being basically the only thing left at this point. That's left undone, untouched, really.
So we're trying to stay ahead of the breakdown of the road, right?
Yeah.
Right, I guess I wish I would've asked, gave you all the email and.
That was the idea. When you talked to us sometime in the past, you said it's better to do it before it starts breaking up.
Yeah, we want to be proactive as we can. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes we're restrained. You know, we list every year many projects and we can't do them all. I know we can't.
Okay, George, I'm looking up here at the asphalt projects, and I see 255,000. Plus the 30 we just added to it.
Hop Hollow would be an asphalt project?
All west. 33,000, or 30,000, I should say. So,
That's if you choose to do it as a body.
that our 239 isn't enough to cover the two asphalt projects that we already
No,
have.
we can't do all of it. We never can do all of it. But we want to try, that's what I was saying, if we did the subdivision this year, we're more likely to get approval of the village next year than we are. I mean, it'd be nice to have the whole entryway done and everything done at one time. But also, when they start wearing down, they all wear down at the same time too, so then you got a bigger cost to fix everything at once. But then again, these are lower speed limits in them little side streets, and you have a little less traffic in them side streets.
You talk about that village.
In the village, so when you come down Webster Road, that's the main drag, all the cars will go down Webster Road. But some of them will go down Vine Street, some of them will go down,
Main Street.
yeah, so that gets broke up a little bit. So them are less likely to come
It's
due.
just residential housing.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're less likely to come due for
The
a
only thing
repave.
they got is Granger going in there to pick up.
Yeah,
Garbage.
right, garbage.
And like my road, we did it 7 years ago. And Park Lake Road, Webster, or to Park, Culver Drive,
Yep,
to Whitmore Drive. That corner, I've asked him to look at, because they have just totally destroyed one corner of it. And it's about that much deeper than the rest. It's all blacktop still, but they flushed that down. And he was going to go in there and look at that and see if they could maybe patch that section. That and down towards the lake, they were supposed to raise that up so that it wouldn't hold water, and it holds water. In the wintertime, it's always a pond. He was going to look at that.
Out by the boat launch area.
No, right where Whitmore Drive is,
Oh, Whitmore.
right down towards the lake,
Okay.
right at the end of Short Street. Part of the trouble was that's low, but then the drain that is there, the water has trouble getting off the road, and so they, you have to go down and shovel the gravel out of it every year.
I just think about the work that they're doing here. This year on Webster, the sidewalks, I mean, there's a lot going on.
Take
area.
routes to schools.
Yeah. It started already at the sidewalks. And, I just wonder if it's maybe a little better to do the village and have that area all done, sidewalks, Webster, improved, and because honestly, when I drove through Nelson, my little Kia, no heavy load or anything,
Right.
it didn't look that bad.
I asked him about chip sealing because Mr. Rosecrans asked about chip sealing that. And he said,
Which one? Beth?
the Nelson.
Nelson, yeah.
He asked about, and then when I asked him his opinion, he said it's a low traffic area. He'd rather see the chip seal on the, I may have misunderstood him, but he's saying if you're gonna cut something, you'd want to cut the chip seal from something like that. But you could chip seal it.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised to see the asphalt for that, because I don't think I don't know where the asphalt layer is on that thing. It must be done under several layers of chip seal.
It's just so alligator.
Yeah, I know.
Once it starts breaking.
What was it cost to go in there and, well, if it's really alligator a lot, I couldn't see that because I was in my car, I didn't count and walk. I already noticed that it had been tarred at some point, like our road
Yeah, it got fog sealed, didn't
in
it?
my neighborhood.
No, that was across the street.
That wasn't fog sealed either, that was
Well, we tried.
across the street, we tore that up.
Right, but before that, we did a fog seal because they had just come out with that fog seal. This is different from a chip seal. Is where they just go and lay a very thin layer of basically tar. Do you remember that, Leo? Yeah.
Just the spray.
Yes. I'm thinking that was back in 13 or something. 15, 14 maybe. Or later.
I agree with Al on Hawk Hollow West. I mean, the traffic on there is about to get pretty heavy here as the golf course reopens.
So they won't do any work on that till the fall,
Yeah, I understand.
because they've got to put 2 drains in there,
But do they?
and, from the edge of the road, when Kessler put that road in,
Yeah.
the drain didn't get put in there, and Kessler knows it. And they're gonna, from the culverts that go into that road there, I think did he say 3 of them, George?
Yes.
3 of them, and they're,
No, I don't know.
Well, it goes like this, as you come in.
yeah, there's 2 or 3 drains here.
Yeah.
And they gotta get that water out of there
Yep.
before they wanna do that.
I believe it.
So they said they would hold off till, if we did that,
Yeah, in the
hold
fall.
off till in the fall.
Okay.
Do you guys mind if I try to get a hold of our county and see if, what they're saying about their preference to, if they're doing, did they say anything to you about so they're gonna do the sidewalks? I don't have that in front of me when they're gonna.
He started.
Right.
Yeah,
It's all on the website, George. You can go look at the website.
I could, but I'm not on the website.
No, but I mean, anytime you can look at it. It looks really good, George.
Thank you.
I'm
Actually,
just
Deputy
wondering-
Superintendent did it, so
Yeah,
I'll
that'd
pass
be nice.
your compliments along.
I'm just wondering, they'll be done with that before, can they get in there and do the roads? Because you don't want to do all the sidewalks and stuff, and have all the construction in
Main
there.
Street,
Then that's in July,
March
right?
31st through April.
Okay, yeah, so they're not,
Sidewalks on Webster between I-69 and Drumheller, late April through May. So,
what's the village?
Main Street, Walnut Street, March 31st through April.
Early.
Yeah, and then they're gonna do the
I
road.
think they've got them all tore up right
Yeah.
now,
That's gonna start in,
honestly.
around,
I think he's done at the end of July. With the road, yeah. Webster.
If I try to get a hold of him. I don't know.
Wonder what the number is on Nelson. You know, the higher number.
It's on our
That's
hazard.
well,
Might not be. It's a rate. That's a great call.
That's only going to be the Fawn Valley intersection with Nelson, it's not even the cul-de-sac at the end.
Doing the whole U.
They're just doing that, it's not cul-de-sac.
Yeah, right, yeah, just that, that's all there is.
Well, it's kind of a
That's a
driveway.
driveway.
That's one driveway, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
Yeah.
houses though. That's private driveway?
Yeah, it looks like it to me, no street name on it.
Yeah, that's a private road.
Yeah.
No, I didn't care when I drove it.
Well, you probably drive it, but
Yeah, I mean,
I didn't go down there because it's not part of anything that we've ever looked at before. Just the U.
I didn't think it was as bad as Ann Drive was before the work was done on that. But
I hope you went down there too, Carl?
yeah.
I agree.
Could you repeat that, Carl?
I don't think that Nelson Street wasn't as bad as Ann Drive before we did the work on Ann Drive.
Timothy Lane was real bad, yeah.
But that's not to say the map adds up any which way. I mean, all the chip seals are 183,500. So if we pick,
You added all the chip seals up?
yep, 183,500.
Well, we only allow for 162.
You only allow for 162?
I mean, that's what I estimated. He told me he thought 6 miles at 27, so that was an estimate on my part.
No, that's fine.
Okay, I'm saying, like, if you want to change that, that's your prerogative.
I think that if we want to have realistic numbers, we need to do that. Because I did not add them up.
Yeah, so if we pick one of the asphalt project or the other, we're
Could you tell me that total again? I'm sorry.
183,500.
Which is a difference of 7 or 21?
From what?
Between 162 and just trying to cheat my math.
21,500 difference. 183,500 for all chip seals.
So we want to minus that 121 from the 239. 173.
183? 173?
173 is what I got, but
When you add it all in.
we got 248, 251. When we did our math, we got
239, 163. Is that correct? Stars.
correct. We add these two together,
Yeah.
and we got to 248. Then we took off the 9,000. Got the 39, 133. Then we got to take off this 21,500.
Oh.
Difference from the chip seal. The estimate.
Oh, so the chip seals are included in.
We took that out at the 162 right here.
Oh, okay.
Where's your major?
Okay.
So you made the difference between the 185 and the 162,
All right.
which was 21,000, correct?
Yep.
21,500.
Yep.
Quick math.
All right.
Easy math anyway. So we want to take away that $21,500 from that 239. Are you also doing math?
No, I'm trusting the two of you.
Oh, no.
That was a bad idea.
I see calculators and I just thought that,
They might be
the
accurate.
TI-85 might be helping Carl out.
Minus the difference of the chip seal, and now I'm getting 217,673.
That's what I got. So that's what we have to work with. And if you take away the village,
92,000 left over.
village is about 125. 92.
So we basically need to pick one of the asphalt and Hawk Hollow West, and then we do a little bit of surplus.
or gravel or whatever else we want to cover.
Yep.
So you have the $92,673, and then you took away the $30,000 for the double chip seal, if that's what you,
For Hawk Hollow.
if that's what you guys are gonna motion to do.
You don't know which way to go between those two projects.
I think our superintendent can maybe get us another 200,000. I appreciate all you've done for us. I know that it's, everybody wants a piece of the pie. And,
We were actually a couple $100,000 under budget this year. So
Good for you guys.
that was those deep cuts resulted in only a couple $100,000.
It's greatly appreciated. I mean, I think our infrastructure.
I mean, I think the problem this year and next year is Webster Road, obviously at $400-some thousand, and the next year with Chandler Road will limit your ability to
Fix it.
pick projects. So those major projects need our attention.
Can you see, Carl, can you look and see what that Pond Valley distance is? Because maybe we could chip seal that.
It's 1,200 plus 1,100, so
2,300.
2,300 feet, so just under half a mile.
And then Nelson.
And then Nelson,
That's
Yeah.
Nelson
All.
with Pond Valley. And
That's all.
Tippett.
that's all of it.
It's all of them.
So
Just
point
schematic.
five. So 0.5.
Let me actually let Google tell me.
They have it listed here as .44 miles.
Which is what he said, almost a half mile.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
And we're just over a half mile on the other,
okay.
0.6. So we
Yeah.
could try to do a double chip seal there. We could ask him. Do we want to try to do that, or what are you guys thinking?
Like double the work on Nelson Drive.
Not, don't, like we did a double chips, instead of just chip sealing it.
He's saying instead of milling and filling it,
Yes,
do the double chip seal.
yeah, which is gonna give us, what, 7 years-ish?
Or more, being that's low.
The only thing is it's so alligator, I don't know if it, but it does.
Well, he talked, he said it would get us by for a while. The thing that I was amazed was, it was alligator, but it didn't have any holes. There was no patch potholes or
It
anything
does
like
have a
that.
good sand
So
base.
that's a fairly good sand base.
That's why water can run out of it.
Yeah.
But once it pops, it's gonna just pop apart like a puzzle,
Yeah.
probably. I can't believe how some of our holes we got in our roads this year. We've not had that in a long time. You can go up Webster Road and see them holes. It's kind of surprising, really, to me. I realize it happens, but I'm just not used to seeing it.
You mean between Truck Heller and the freeway?
You know, just like by the school, there's a hole
Oh.
between the.
Oh, up
Yeah,
there by the
yeah,
school.
just a little hole.
I rode with Clark.
They're not little if you hit them with a bike or a motorcycle, but
I am concerned about that cul-de-sac though, because GIS is not giving us any information for who owns the cul-de-sac, literally no info.
yeah, I don't think that he intends to do that cul-de-sac. It's, well, very low traffic, and
Yeah.
then, I think it might be a private road.
You know what, you're probably right, because the two houses closer to the intersection in Pond Valley, their property line butts up across the road. Okay.
And we didn't do it last night.
No, I don't think so, we did, actually, now that I say that.
I know it.
Michael Warren.
Okay. Well, we got about 5 or so minutes, or 10 minutes, if we can get out of here so they can get in here.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any motions or moves or discussion? Okay, move forward on this? Without me putting my 2 cents in?
So we're thinking the Bad Village, we wait until we're done with safe roads to schools before we do that.
So that, or
the Safe Routes to Schools project that's going on until mid-May.
Right, but Tom was saying we could also do it now, so it's all done with the rest of the
Well-
project.
Right, I think what Carl's saying is we gotta dovetail it with what's going on there now, and it's gonna be completed May, June, July area to the website. And then
Mid-May.
Yes. And then
You're not saying hold off this year, you're just saying.
Right.
What are you saying?
I'm trying to figure out which one of these two projects makes more sense to do.
Well, we can do both of them, what's up to you, with the leftover money, right?
No.
Okay.
No, we're over 100,000 shy, or we're 100 shy. 75,000 something.
But, no, what I'm saying is, I think we should do Gas Village along with the other project in a time frame that works with the work that's already in progress and will continue through the next couple months. We just have to coordinate with the county on that,
Right,
because they'll be doing the work, right?
right. Either way, I think we'll be okay. It's, I mean, if we wait, go ahead.
If we don't do the product seal this year, it'll be enough, it'll be too good for the rent.
2 years. Chip seal. You don't do chip seal 2 years for next year. Or 2 years for the
We have
next year.
county 1 year and half county the next.
Correct. And they're in our township this year.
Right.
So we need a motion, or someone needs to move or make a, and it's either gonna pass or go, or not.
So do we have enough to do the double chip seal on Long Valley instead of the asphalt?
We do,
Okay.
so we could just do a single chip seal. That'd be 15,000. And we still have some stuff left over, and then if we can get to it the next year with the paving, or the year after with paving, then we're out 15 grand. But we're really not out anything, because we're keeping the bid. I don't think that's a mill fill?
Yeah,
That's a mill fill, yeah, so we'd be up to 15,000.
if it don't hold. But if it holds, it goes 7, 8 years.
Right, but then the project would go from 125,000 to 200,000.
That's like,
Not literally, but.
that's like Drumhouse Road.
Oh.
Stop it. Stop it.
Just had to throw that in.
Uh-huh.
Like Dennis.
Someone want to make a motion to accept the general maintenance increase
I'll move that we accept the general maintenance.
at $109,513?
109,000, sorry,
$13 plus,
109,513.
oh, 513, okay, thank you.
And it's 89 cents.
someone want to move on that?
I'll move it. I'll second.
Second. Any discussion? Tom first, Carl second. Any discussion? None? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? None?
Okay, now, I move that we do single coated chip seal on Nelson County. And a double coat on the golf course,
I'll call us.
Hawthorne West.
Does he have support?
Yeah, I'll second that.
Carl seconds that. Any discussion? You want to only do one?
One coat?
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to do two, but I'm trying to save a little bit of money for,
Okay. Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye. Those opposed? None?
so how much money we have to play with, any money to play with now, though?
Yes.
Because we gotta do,
You pick one of your asphalt projects.
Well, if you're doing Nelson, if you're doing a single chip seal on Nelson,
You do a single chip seal on Nelson,
then you leaves you with the village.
We have 57,673 left
if with,
with Nelson approved. Nelson, and Hawk Hollow.
Could you repeat that, please, Charles?
$57,673.57.
No, you have 100, because you have enough for the Bath Village. You took Bath Village, or
No, I did not. We had $217,673.
right?
I subtracted $130,000 for Nelson subdivision,
Yeah.
and then $30,000 for.
So we're not doing Nelson, chip seal.
Oh,
Chip seal.
Chip seal.
$15,000.
That's a big difference.
Nelson, you're doing one coat chip seal. That was Al's motion.
So the estimate for, it's just an estimate for that double chip seal was 30,000. So you have 45,000 coming out of the 217,670.
Okay.
You do a double?
Doing the double one right now.
Golf course.
That's all.
Out west, yeah.
And a single Nelson. So
Correct.
we had $172,000 left, which is enough into that village. With spare change.
But I need a motion to move on.
Well, you need to,
We're moving on Pond Valley and Hawk Hollow West.
We already voted on that.
We're moving on Bath Village.
If someone makes a motion to
I
do so.
move to do Bath Village.
Do I hear a second? Anybody want to support Tom?
second,
Al, second. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? None?
And that one is an asphalt project.
how much money we got now?
I'm doing that right now.
$47,673.
I didn't get that.
47,000.
You took the 217, 670,
217,670 minus 30,000 for
45,000, okay, yeah.
minus 15,000 for Nelson subdivision, minus 125,000 for Bath Village.
That's what I did wrong, I did 130, 125.
So, yeah,
47,670.
so if we would do Nelson subdivision, Nichols Road and Coleman to the south county line, and Nichols Road from Park Lake Road to the end of the asphalt.
Those were all
Those are
as
chip seal.
chip seal.
Yeah, but then first few would give us 45,000.
Well, all of the chip seals have been approved.
Right. He's saying turn
Oh.
fast.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay, let's keep, any more discussion on the projects?
I have one question.
Okay.
On the chip seal list, it says Trumpeller Road, all the way from Chandler over to,
To the asphalt.
to the asphalt where it comes up on Center Road, right? Over there?
Yes.
Okay. So,
No, just,
No. It's just the little stubs, the 10-mile stubs at both ends of the front.
just that part.
Fixing up what Slagle's messed up over the last.
Okay, thank you.
He might get scheduled to put,
yeah, that's, they work with them on a regular basis to try to make that intersection. As you
Let's see, it says Chandler East to asphalt. So that, to me, meant Webster. Yeah, and Trumpeller. Chandler East to the asphalt, which to me is Webster. And then Webster West to asphalt, which is Center.
Yeah, they're just.
But they're just talking about those little towns at the entry point.
Yep.
Well, that's not very clear.
Well, we all know that.
Neither are those sections of the road, especially on the west end.
I just couldn't see how you get a chip seal a dirt road.
Anything else on the project, on the C-25 road projects? Well, let's try to keep moving along if we can. Okay. Election of officers for 2025.
You're on until 2026, I thought.
Yeah, I'm okay with that because nobody else wants to.
I'll second that motion.
All those in favor, say aye. Opposed? Any other topics we need to discuss that we have discussed? That you want to-
I don't know who the vice chair is and the secretary is. Sorry.
Well, actually, we should get a vice chair.
Oh, let's wait till that's done.
I think, yes, Carl is vice chair.
Okay.
And we asked Tom to do secretary.
Other topics, I did collect a little feedback from the Facebook world, and I submitted up to Clinton County roads, a couple of projects that were just potholes and whatnot. One street that was out of nowhere was that visibility coming from Drumheller onto Webster is still bad because of the hill.
That intersection again?
Drumheller Road turning onto Webster east direction. It has poor visibility even after the project
Let out. To the north or to the
to
south?
the north. Specifically to the north because of the hill.
That's where we're sitting right now.
Yes. Yeah.
Up on the hill.
Yeah, and then it was just on the field, so
Just a couple people?
one.
Just one.
Otherwise, people sounded like they were pretty happy with what we're doing, private messages and general consensus that we're sort of going okay.
Quick, I'm getting lots of complaints on Peacock Road North, Clark Road. It's gravel, and there's potholes this deep, and the cars have to come fast around that corner, it's just deadly. And they did throw a little gravel in there recently, but because the road's so flat, it's just instantly, 2 days later, oh, it's this deep, I mean, tear your car apart. And it's, to me, it's really dangerous down there, but it's really dangerous because the curve of Clark, you have to fly out there and it is. Where do you mention this?
Right here.
Here, okay.
Okay, you can also call, anybody can call the county. And talk to them about it too. You can call me. I can call the county.
Just Joe, could you say where that's at?
On Peacock Road, where it goes north of Clark Road, gravel. It's nasty.
Said I will talk to them tomorrow.
It's one of the nastiest places I've seen in our township.
I know they have that trouble with many of the roads, couple roads, always that way. These strong
Cars go off
roads.
so fast, it makes it so dangerous on that corner.
They'll vouch for the Drumheller and Chandler Road intersection too.
Yeah.
Notorious. Okay, I'll talk to them tomorrow about that. Thank you very much, Carl, for the good communication with the county.
It's awesome, trying to.
And the Facebook.
The Facebook.
Is there anything else? Do you have a report for trustee this time, or? No? Okay.
I'll work on it.
Okay, yeah, we just usually get just a quick synopsis. I'll try to, any committee,
So there's certain things,
committee comments? Committee comments?
Wait just a second. Leo, do you have anything to say?
No?
Okay.
No problem.
All right.
I have a motion to adjourn, do I have support?
I'll support. Motion to adjourn.